Hey everybody, welcome back. Now you know I think communications is important for emergencies, disasters, exploring the outdoors, whatever you're going to do. Today I'm going to show you an excellent option, and that is the Retevis RB27 GMRS radios. Hey everyone, welcome back. So today I'm going to show you these radios. These are Retevis RB27 GMRS radios. Now, GMRS, General Mobile Radio Service. What does that mean? Well, first thing it means is you're going to need a license to operate on that band or that frequency. They do share some frequencies with your FRS blister pack radios that you get in Walmart or Target or whatever. However, a little bit more range, a little bit better quality, and definitely are a little bit more fun to use if you're looking to really communicate and get out there. So these are new from Retevis. They are very small and portable, as you can tell. These are not huge radios. Kind of nice to see a smaller radio like that. And they actually do get out quite well. They do have a fixed antenna. You cannot take that antenna off. So that might be a little bit of a downside if you want to put a bigger antenna on it. But for their use, for what you're going to be using them for, I think they're perfect. So, another plus side to these radios is they are Type-C rechargeable, so you can recharge them. And they also, I'll show you the charging bank they come with, or dock they come with. They come with a charging dock with a USB port. You will also get one of these, okay? And you will get a lanyard and a clip for the back. And the clip just slides on, so it's fairly simple to do. I haven't put them on here yet, but they just slide right on there. So, that's what you get inside the box. This is what the box looks like packed. We'll show you this whole thing in a sec here. There we go. And the battery will come under here. That's what this was in. Batteries are very, very high capacity for that matter. They actually are a 1500 milliamp hour lithium battery. So it can keep you in touch with whoever you need to for at least a whole day. Also, too, between transmissions, you can always stick them back into the charging cradle and top them off. So they will charge while they're on, which is kind of a nice feature. Now, they do come ready to talk right out of the box. One of my complaints was the fact that they are in memory mode, and you're going to have all the CTCS tones and codes in there and stuff. So if you don't know how to use those, or if you don't know how to get into the menu and use the menu to take them off, it might confuse things a little bit. But all in all, really not difficult to use. Very, very simple. When you learn the menus, they're just like if you've used a Baofeng, trust me, you know how to use these. They're all the same programming menu. You go in there, you'll change all your CTS and DCS codes. You can take them off. You can do whatever you want. You can also put these in channel mode. I have them in frequency mode. I'm going to turn it on here for you and let you look.
Welcome to.
That's channel 2. Okay. You'll notice an A and B display. I can switch down to there or back up here. And you see that little CT up there. That's your CTCS tone. In other words, if I'm transmitting to you on this radio, and we both have the same receive CTCS tone, we will only hear each other, even if there's other traffic going on in the background or static or whatever. Just makes it a whole lot clearer. However, they used to call these things privacy codes, and I hated that because they really aren't privacy. Everybody can hear you. You may not be able to hear them when they talk, and you'll also get, if somebody's transmitting on that frequency, you will not be able to transmit to the other person. So it will interfere somewhat. You won't hear that, but it might block out the other person's transmission that you're trying to receive. So that's the only thing that really, I think that maybe they could have done is just ship them without any memories in them at all, or without any CTCS tones. It does have 30 fixed GMRS channels in it. You can use 8 of the channels as repeater channels, so it will set the offset for you if there's local repeaters in your area. And that's another cool thing about GMRS. You have the ability to use repeaters. You also will have mobile units in a vehicle. We have a repeater here in town due to one of my friends. Hi, Paul, if you're watching. And he has a local GMRS repeater, and a lot of people use it. It's actually kind of neat. People actually use it. A lot of the RV people in town, people traveling and stuff, will use these types of radios to talk back and forth to each other, or they'll use the MERS radios. The MERS radios are real popular here. So the MERS radios don't require a license. This does. However, if you're going to transmit on FRS frequencies at the correct power level, I don't think anybody's going to come running down and check your radio to make sure it's type approved for GMRS or FRS. So this radio has a ton of features. It's got a NOAA weather radio in it. You pick a frequency and listen to it. It does have a light, and the light is actually easy to access. You just turn it on right there. Cycle through the modes. your top button there will turn on your light. There's no push this button, hold this, do that. Just turn on the light, and there you go. It definitely increases the ability to use it, and the fact that I probably would use it. You do have your bottom here, which is your FM. I'm going to do a little seeking around. Whoa, let's not get that music there before I get copyright strikes.
For a list of
There
organizations.
you go.
You can also visit
So you do have the FM radio on there. That is kind of nice too. Now the neat thing with the FM radio, if you have the FM radio on, and you're already on this frequency, let's say I'm on 462.587, okay, and I'm on that frequency, and my friend starts talking, the FM radio will shut off and allow you to hear what's going on. So that's kind of neat too if you got it there. You also have the ability to monitor the weather channels. I'm going to try and find them.
It's Tonopah,
Yeah.
in 35 at Reno. Reports in Southern California.
So now I got that weather monitor on there. You can see the little icon on the top there. So again, if there's an alert on that frequency, it doesn't have all those same codes and all that stuff, but if there's an alert on that frequency, it will break into whatever I'm doing here, if I'm talking, whatever, and it will give me the alert. So that's kind of nice to have too. A nice added feature. Now over on the side, you're going to have your radio microphone plug deal here, and it uses the typical two-prong connector there. Very, very simple to plug in and operate. Not a difficult radio to use. Very, very simple. To put the battery in, you're going to just pull this out. You pull that out there. I'm going to have to move it. You can see you can charge the battery from the rear too, which is nice. You can charge this from the rear here from a solar panel, or you can carry this with you and charge it that way. Either way, very easy to use. Let me get this battery out because my fingernails are just not that strong. All right, there you go. Just cut my fingernails, and now I had no fingernails left on it. So you can see the battery there. 3.7 volts, 1500 milliamps. Decent little battery. To put it in, you're just going to literally snap it in like this and push down on it, and there you go. So there isn't really a lot of complicated stuff to use on these radios for backpacking, hiking, even the local emergency kind of contacts within your block. These are outstanding. If you happen to be lucky enough to have a repeater in your area that somebody operates and maintains, and you are licensed with a GMRS call sign, you can go on there and use that and really expand your range to maybe say the entire town. Now, quickly, how do you get a GMRS license? Very, very simply. There's no studying, there's no test to take, there's no nothing. You go online to the FCC, you pay your $70, and in a few days you get a call sign, and then I believe you can download your license now from the thing, because I know with ham radio that's how it is. They don't send us a license in the mail anymore. You just download a PDF and print it. So that's very, very simple to acquire a license. It's nothing difficult. It's not like a ham radio license where you have to study or go through any of that. Pay your $70, and the cool part is everybody in your immediate family can use the same call sign. So if you want to hand this to your kid and have them talk on a repeater, they can still use your call sign. So it's kind of neat like that. I wouldn't say give it out to friends and start using it, but everybody in your immediate family can use your call sign for the operation of the GMRS radios. Now what we're going to do to test these out is I'm going to go, those of you may not know, I do a little low power FM radio station with a friend of mine. We do a little survival and preparedness FM radio show, and they do videotape it. And for those of you that, well, I'm dating myself, videotape. It's up on YouTube. Anyway, I shared it on my community page one time so you guys can see it there. I'm going to go down to that area, okay? And I'm going to transmit on the first frequency on here, on high power, which is 5 watts on these radios, and see how well this radio works. So, let me get it out there, let's give it a shot, and see how we like it.
Alright, so I edited down here, and now I am down here all the way about 1.3 miles from my house, and I'm just standing out here. Now remember, I'm in a very flat area. The ground is very flat out here, so the transmission works very well here, whereas if I lived in an area that had a lot of hills or a lot of buildings, that might not work as well. So far, pretty impressed with it. Alright, let's get back in there and check it out.
So, as you can tell, they work very, very well. With an FRS radio, one of those little blister pack radios you buy in the stores, you would never have gotten that kind of range. So they have a little bit more power, a little bit better made radios. They actually feel good in your hand. They don't feel cheap or chintzy. I know they're made of plastic, but they actually feel like they're a decent radio. I'm going to quickly show you the menu.
2.
Okay.
Menu.
Now you'll get into the menu, and that's your codes. You can reset the whole radio. Voice for English or Chinese. You can do your ring. I have it off, but it will notify you when somebody keys up. It will ring.
1. 2. Menu.
Back in the menu. Okay, busy channel lockout. Timeout timer 60 seconds, so if you're talking too much, it'll stop. You have your save on, you can save channels into there. Okay, and it's fairly simple. You have a Vox on here. Again, I don't always recommend using it. If you're working in a dangerous situation, I turned off the beep, by the way, because that's so annoying on radios. Every time you push a button, it beeps. If you're going to be working in a situation where you need your hands free, having a Vox radio is very good. It's voice activation. That's very handy if you're going to be working in a situation where you need your hands free. But I would recommend you turn it right off, because a lot of times Vox picks up background noise, unintended conversations, you stub your toe and you say something you don't want anybody to hear over the radio. It picks all that up. So it's kind of handy not to have Vox on at all times. But in certain situations, voice activated, not having to push the microphone down, the PTT button down, awesome, very handy. So it does have all that. Now remember, your optimum range on these, okay, if you're going to be working long distances, will have like little to no obstruction. Medium range, you'll probably have like partial obstruction. So your optimum conditions are like over water. If you're on one side of a lake and the person's on the other, you'll get awesome range on that. Okay. You have open rural areas like here without obstructions, just houses here. You got line of sight. I could literally almost see my house from his street. Actually, I can see my house from his street if I got the lights on at night. Flat areas where you can see the other person, of course, that makes sense, line of sight communication. And also, to ensure your maximum range on these, you want to make sure you have a full battery. So charge them up before you leave. You have the convenience of not having to carry that charger with you. Like I said, you can plug a solar panel in there with a Type-C plug and charge these up while you're doing something else. So I definitely like them. I think they fit the bill pretty well for somebody who wants a little bit more power, maybe the use of repeaters, but doesn't want to become a ham. I understand there's people that just aren't interested in all that technical stuff and don't want to be bothered with it. So it's an awesome, awesome idea. So the 3-pack of radios is down below. That's $80. You can buy one for, I think, $64, but it wouldn't make sense to do that. You might as well just get the 3 or 2-pack. I do have all that in my store. I'll give you the direct link to the 3-pack. And I think these radios are pretty cool. I think they'll actually work very well for somebody who wants to use a little bit more of a higher powered communication, a little bit more distance, the possibility of repeaters, without all the study and all the technical stuff that goes into ham radio. So I don't want to scare people away from ham radio, but I definitely think these have a place. So that's the Retevis RB27 GMRS radios. You can check them out down below in the link in the description. People always ask me, where's the link to the product? It's always in the description, so I put it down there. Below that, you're going to have our Amazon affiliate store. I do have links to other packs of radios of the same radio in there, but I also put everything that I review from Amazon in that store, so you can check out the specs on it and buy it if you'd like. Our freeze-dried wholesalers link, don't forget, he has 15% off for clicking that link. All you got to do is click my link and you'll save 15%. He's got the roast beef in stock, so check that out. Our My Patriot Supply link, which is preparewithiridium.com. I've seen a lot of orders come in from that this month, so that's very, very good. I'm glad you guys are stocking up. And our Thrive Life link as well. If you're interested in getting started with Thrive Life and their freeze-dried food, you can check them out. Very, very good, healthy food and a great way to stock up. So I thank you guys for watching. Stay safe and stay prepared.